Hi, this is Phil Stone, and this is the Phil Stone training series on putting pictures on your instant sales system site. Now, obviously, if you don't have an instant sales system site, don't waste your time, the 15-20 minutes that this video is going to take. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to go through an actual video of building a capture site on the instant sales system, and then at the end I'm going to give you the source code again, so don't bother pausing and writing it down, trying to get it all together. You'll have that at the very end of the video. Using really simple code, you can add pictures, video, and more to your instant sales system site. It's a piece of cake. If you want to find out more about that, or if you haven't heard about it yet and you want to try a 30-day test drive, absolutely free, philipjstone.com. Remember, there's two L's, /instant_sales_system. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, you log into the back office at Priceless Possibilities, and we are going to create a lead capture page. So we'll click on that. We're going to scroll down. Now these are the templates here that are used when you want to customize a lead capture page. This one, as you can see, is all code, completely customizable. These are templates that have different sections that are customizable. We're going to use template 4. We'll click on template 4 and we're going to click choose. Okay. First thing, title. Test site. Okay. Show the survey. Certainly we're going to want to show the survey because that's what people are going to register on. So first name, mandatory. Email, mandatory. Let's put phone in there, and let's not make it mandatory right now. Won't even put last name in for the moment. Choose an autoresponder campaign. We can take a look at what is in the system. We could do this later, so let's just leave it out for now. Now what I'm going to do here, this is a URL that I have in the system. I am going to actually do this with a subdomain. You can create as many subdomains off of a main domain as you want. And since I'm not really doing anything with this, we're not going to try to get this thing ranked or anything. Just going to put in test. So test.accountexecsystem.com would be the address of this. Where do you want prospects to go after completing the survey? Well, in most cases, what you're going to want to do is send them to your corporate site, whatever that might be. So you could actually create a sales page if you want to do that. You can build a page. You can use one of their templates. But let's say that we're going to put in philipjstone.com. Let's, just for hypotheticals, we're not going there anyway. Okay, would you like to add bonuses automatically? Well, you can click here and view the bonuses. We might like how it looks on the site. Maybe we wouldn't. We're just going to leave it off for now. Any of these things can be changed again. We're not even going to mess with this right now either. The description or the keywords. Submit button text. Well, we don't want to have it say submit. How about add me? Something real simple so that people don't have to submit. Okay, we're going to save the changes. Always got to remember that. Aweber settings. We're going to continue to skip Aweber. Aweber is not necessary for this. If you have an account, you can use it and play around and interface it. So we're going to submit. Okay, here's where we want to go. Now, right here, this right here is kind of your guideline for what you have going on over here. Step A, you change the head. Here's the head. So if I were to change this out, I can erase this and change this out. Do all of these sections. What we're going to do first here, we're going to drop down to the second section, and we're going to look at the source here. This is the section B, and it's your subheading that goes here. Well, we're going to look at the source of this because we're going to play with code. Okay, so what we've got here, this is the actual code that's used to create that subheading. See, it's centering it, font color, the size. Your subheading goes here is the actual copy that's there. So what we're going to do is we're going to knock this off right here, because what we're going to wind up with is a picture in this spot. And we're not going to upload a picture. We're actually going to find the location of a picture, and we're going to use that picture and that location to create this. So, well, we'll scroll down here. Let's take a look at this picture. You notice when I put my cursor over this, it says Success with Phil Stone. It's got a title. If I double click on it, right here is the actual address. So if I highlight that, just hit it with my cursor, and I do Control C, That'll copy that. Now, if I go back to my admin page and I put that in here, Control V, that's the location. We have to do a little bit more than that in terms of code. Really very simple stuff here. Right at the beginning of that, the first thing we have to do is the less than sign. And we're going to be getting this. This is an image, so IMG is the code for that. Then space. We want to put where the source is. This is it. We want instructions that says this is where you go to find this. And that really is telling your browser and the servers and all that. Okay, so src equals then quotations, and then at the very end, quotations after the actual URL, that's the location, and then the command to stop that actual process, the /, and then the greater than sign. Now, if I go like this, there it is, right there. So it's going to be in the system. So if I go down here, way to the bottom, save those changes, and we're going to, instead of going in and talking about the video right now, we're going to use this right at the top, and we're going to go and look at what this looks like. So we'll hit Review and View, and there we are. Now, I can tell you too, we could actually change the size of this, and the next thing we look at, we're going to do that. So what we've got is the headline, and we've got this nice picture. Then we've got other things here that are customizable as well, a presented by box, all this. We can change all that stuff. We'll take a look at it. So let's close out the review, and let's go back to edit the text. Let's take a look at something else. Now, let's say that you wanted to take the header from that site and put it in here. Well, if we double click on that, it's not opening up, but I know it's a picture. So we're going to right click on that, and we're going to view the source code. Now, what we're looking for here, there's a lot of code here. We're going to be looking for a URL. It's going to start with HTTP:/, and it's going to have the JPEG at the end, or TIF, some type of a picture file ending in the URL. Not ICO, not CSS. And here it is, JPEG. It's the header. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this, not the parentheses, but copy this whole piece here. Let me get it right, not the parentheses. So I've highlighted it. Control C will copy it for me. Let's just drop this down here. Go back to the admin section and go to the source. And take this out. Delete that. Control V pastes that for me. And we have to do the same thing we did in the other one. Less than sign, IMG space SRC equals quotation marks, and quotation marks at the end, and then close that command, / greater than. Okay, let's take a look at it. Oh, there it is. You see it's there. So let's go down to the bottom, save this, and review, and let's view the lead capture page. Well, there it is, but it's a little big, isn't it? So we're going to have to put code in there that's going to actually determine the size. So let's go back again to edit text, and let's go to the source code. And what we're going to do right at the end, right here, and I've used this system so many times I know the width. We put in WIDTH equals quotation marks 620 quotation marks before that close command. The 620 is the number of pixels wide we want that thing to be. So let's scroll down again to the bottom, save the changes, go to Review, go to View, and there it is, the header. Now, if I wanted this to line up differently than what it does, you see this isn't centered on this. Let's close the review, go back to Edit Text, and we'll go to the middle one here. Now, quite frankly, the easiest way to change this is going to be to just hit right here. It should move that right into the center of that field, just as if we were centering copy. Okay, let's see what happens. So we'll go to the bottom, save changes, review, view the site, and there it is, centered, just like that. We actually could make this larger as well to line up perfectly with that. Real quick, let's do that. Go back to edit text, source, and I did that same command we did before. Width equals 620, quotation marks. Save that, review, view. See, it lines up perfectly now. All kinds of things can be done with this to be able to make this work the way we want it to. Now let's take a look at a couple of other things. Let's say we want to put a video in here. And by the way, the video field can be used a couple of different ways as well. Let's go back to edit text. Do a couple of other things while we're at it here. Show a specific date. Let's hide the date, and let's hide who it's from. We'll eliminate that. We have the possibility to put all kinds of text in here. Display site presented by box, we'll say no on that one. And let's say we cut out the PS completely. We could put copy in here if we wanted to, or copy in here. Any one of these. Each one of these, by the way, also has a source field. Like for example, we wanted to take this out of here, highlight and delete, go to source. Let's say that I wanted to have that header show up again. I could go to the source here, hit my cursor in here, do Control A to highlight all of that, Control C to copy it, and just run down to the bottom, and right in here, because we're in the source, you can tell this is all kind of dulled out here. Control V will paste it, and if I look back at the source, well, there are the pictures in there again. So you can do all kinds of things like that. Now, let's say, for example, that instead of, see, this section right here is set up, if I use this actual template and I want to put a video in, that's where it's going to show up. I can put the video anywhere that I can get into the source code. I can put it way down at the bottom if I choose to, way down here. Let's put the video down here for this, for the heck of it. Okay, we're going to go to YouTube, and let's say we're going to use this video. Okay.
Hi.
Let's turn off Phil. We don't have to listen to me again. Share button. Embed code. And this is the code here. If I paste that, it's already highlighted. If I copy and paste that, that video will show up. It'll be 420 pixels by 315 pixels. Simple as that. I can use these, but remember we decided before that the size of this thing was going to be 620. So let's use 620 just to make these things all line up. 620 by 450 is the way this works out. So if I copy this now, highlight this whole thing, Control C, and by the way, I can change these numbers later. If I write this down and make a note of the 420 by 315 to keep the aspect ratio, I can just replace this with 420 and replace this with 315 later on down the road if I want to resize it, have it be smaller. So Control C, I got it. Go to my admin section. Let's go down here. Let's see, I'm going to put it in here. I have to do source first. And Control V. There it is. It's going to be my video. I'm actually going to center it just for the sake of centering it. And save changes. And let's review. And view. My header, my picture. Of course, this isn't what I want the site to look like. And there's my video. Edge to edge. And there's my little footer that I've put in there as well. If I want the video in a different spot, I can put it right in where the system suggests. Close my review. Let's go to the, come on, drop down. Let's go to the select video location. If I say I want it from another site, I go in here. I can paste that video code in here, even push this little start my video automatically. It will show up in the middle of the site that way. I can also, by the way, put the image code right in here, and an image will show up where that video would normally be, and just save those changes, and bang, I've got it. Let's do that for the heck of it here. Let's find another image. There's my image. I highlight the address of where this image is. Control C. I've got it. Okay. Control V. So I've got less than IMG, the source, quotation marks at the end of where that URL is, the / greater than to close that. Obviously I'm not starting anything here because it's just the code for a picture. Save those changes. Let's review. There we go. There's the picture right in the center where the video would have been. There's the video down here. Now, still got some copy here that we could put in. Say whatever you want right here. Close the review. Let's go back over to my site. Of course, you don't want to steal anything like this online. You don't want duplicate content, but let's, just for the sake of doing it, let's just do the copy without getting the picture. So the copy without the picture, Control-C will copy that for me. Edit text. Okay. Scrolling down. This is where we want to play with this. Now, since we're just putting text in here, we don't have to go to the source code. We just push Control-V and paste it all in there. There it is. Boom. Save the changes. Review. View. Header, the picture, the second picture we put in, all of that copy. There's the registration box, name, email, and phone, the things we asked for. They put in their little code here. Add me. Remember, we changed that to make it be add me. Here's our video at the bottom, and there's our footer. You can do all kinds of things with these sites, and you can change it around. Do whatever the heck you want to. You put it up like this today, you don't like it, you change it tomorrow. All kinds of things can be done. Okay, here's that code I promised you earlier. So you can write this down, save it someplace. I put codes that I have all on an index card, the things that I use all the time. So there it is. It's less than IMG space SRC equals quotation marks and then the URL of the location of the picture. You see the tag on it, the JPG, and then quotation marks, and then you close the command with / and the greater than sign. Now, if you need to change the width, really simple. Width equals quotation marks and then the size of pixels, the number of pixels. For example, in the video we used 620. Height, if you need to change the height, same thing. So if you need to do that, you put that right in there. And this is the way it would look. You know, the picture.com, of course the rest of it I'm not writing out here so you can see all this. And you got the space after the JPG, then the width equals the number of pixels, height equals number of pixels, and then close the command. Simple as that. Again, if you'd like to take a test drive of this system, you want to try it for 30 days absolutely free, that's how you get there, philipjstone.com/instant_sales_system. And remember, Philip has 2 L's. Hope you enjoyed this. I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.